And on this time frame, which is a daily, we have an A low at weekly support, a B high. We've had a daily support, so a C pullback, right? That puts our D extension. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you are well. Happy Memorial Day to you. I hope that you are doing something today to honor the lives of those who sacrificed on our behalf for those of us in the United States, and doing something to say thank you for those sacrifices. I do want to take a look at USDCHF, and I am going to start off on the monthly chart. And for those of you guys who are new, my name is Kaci. I'm sorry. On this corner of YouTube, I do technical analysis of potential setups that I see in the market, and I walk you through step by step a time frame analysis. And so that's what I'm gonna do today. And I already started off on the monthly. I marked my levels on the monthly, and in fact, let me go back and let me show you. So what I was looking for was what we call a swing high, swing low. If you don't know what that is, I strongly encourage you to visit the no-cost mini course, but these are high probability areas where price has the potential to reverse. And we want to catch those and find out where they are because they have a high probability chance to reverse. And this is where the money is made, right? So on the monthly, I've checked our Smart Trader platform and I've got resistance and I'm good. There's no support on this level, and I forgot to change this to the color for the weekly, but we do have one level of support on the weekly. I am looking for another level of resistance, and I can't tell. Let's see, the high of this candle, 545, and my concern is here, 520. So that in fact is not a swing high on this time frame. Let me turn off the support. I'm gonna go to the resistance. And in fact it is. Lord, thank goodness for Smart Trader. Because sometimes things are so close and I miss it. But when you have a system that can double check the work that you've done and kind of guide you, it's always helpful. All right, so this is the weekly, and it looks like we've got all of the levels covered here. I'm gonna go to the daily, and we're gonna start checking this out. So I'm looking for my high probability areas where price has a potential to reverse. This is gonna be red. And I'm just looking for, a lot of y'all be like, this is just support and resistance. It is. It's just support and resistance. Um, but the technical definition is a swing high, or technical term, I should say, is a swing high. And so that's what I'm looking for. Swing high, swing low. All right. And it looks like y'all have to forgive me. These allergies are kicking my butt. Let's see. I'm gonna go with smart support. All right, so that is a level of support. I'm going to delete that. I'm gonna make sure that I chose all of the correct levels for resistance. And it looks like I have. So I'm good here. I'm gonna go down to the 4, and then I'm just doing the same thing that I just did before. So I'm picking up all of my levels, and I'm knocking them, I'm just putting a line on horizontal line. And I use different colors so that as I'm just quickly pulling up the chart, I can see when we've hit a significant level of support or a significant level of resistance. Um, that way I know how to move in the market. All right. So I'm just going through, picking up my other levels. And it looks like I got one here. And then also one here. All right. Cool beans. Let's double check. Let's see what the system has to say. And let's see, the black line that pops up, that just is the guide, right? It tells me where the system is picking up levels. And it looks like every level that we picked up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, those are our levels. We got the other two as well. So we're good. I'm going to check support. I think it's only the two levels that we looked at before, but I'll go ahead and check it. And it is. So to find support and resistance, the 4 hour is the lowest that I go, right? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pull out my fib because I found what I needed to find. So I'm gonna go to my highest point, which is here, my most recent high, and I'm gonna click above the last high. So for those of you guys who are new, I use the fib, right? Fib tells me the overall direction of the market. And so it also tells me pullbacks and take profits. And so this is telling me, I'm sorry, this is telling me that this is the monthly down fib D extension. So I'm not going to type all of that. I'm going to just type monthly D extension. So on the monthly, we have an active fib, A high, B low. We had a 38.2 pullback. We tested this zone 3 times. And then over the last couple of months, we've dropped. Price came down to the weekly support level and started to push back to the upside. But our ultimate target for this D extension sits at 759, it looks like. So that's good to know, right? So now I use several different charts as I'm working through my charts. So I just carry down everything that I marked up in this chart over to this chart. So what I want to do, that was the monthly. I want to go to the weekly and I want to look at the fib to the downside, right? Because that's the overall direction that we're analyzing price. That's the most significant recent price action. So we see that we had an A high, we had a B low, we had less than 38.2 pullback, but price hit that D extension, right? So we formed another low. A high, OB, OC becomes the new A, OD becomes a new B. So A, B, we had a 786 pullback. Price tested, tested the zone because I want to be able to look at it from all time frames as I pull it up, right? Excuse me. So that's the weekly. Now, if I try to go, it's already doing it for me. I must have forgot to take it off. I was going to say, if I try to go back to the high, deploy the fib, it's going to show me past fibs, great information, but nothing that I could do anything with right now. So this was the current active fib, A, B, A6 pullback, right? It didn't take out this. So A6 pullback, the D extension set just below daily support. And we hit that last month, right? And we formed a new low at the weekly level, and then we started moving to the upside. So I'm interested in looking at this to the upside. Why? Because we hit a D extension on a significantly high time frame. And if we draw this out, price started moving to the upside. So I'm drawing my trend lines from swing high to swing high because I want to see if we have changed overall direction of the market yet. And I don't think that last one is drawn right. We'll double check it. It's not giving it to me. So I'm going to delete this fib because I got the info that I need right now, right? So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to go down to the 4 and I'm going to straighten this out because this looks a hot mess, okay? So we'll click here. It's still not giving it to me. So what I don't want to do is make up trend lines, right? So I want to make sure that what I'm drawing, the system actually recognizes too. So I'll start all the way at the top. So very close to where I am. I'm going to straighten mine out just a bit. And then we'll move on to the next one. Oop, I straightened it out the wrong way. So let me pull this in. There we go. I'm good. And then I'm going to click above the last high. I'm good on that one. And then I'm gonna see if the system will give me this inner one. Oh, that does me no good, right? And that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, it keeps giving me pass. Like, this does me no good right now, right? I'm trying to see what's going on this leg, and I actually probably am gonna have to drill down to this leg right here. So I'm not gonna use higher time frame trend lines. I'm gonna go right in where price is at the moment. Ooh. Oh. So I am going to click above the last high, and I'm gonna go from swing high to swing high. So I'm gonna adjust this in just a little bit. And then I'm going to bring this second one in. Yeah. And what I'm looking for is, oh, girl, I'm not even looking over here. Like, I'm not supposed to cut through trend lines, right? So I'm steady looking up here, trying to match the trend line to here and cutting through down here, and I don't want to do that. So I am going to, I don't think I have enough information down here on this time frame to get a trend line deployed. So I'm going to deploy here. I believe this is where this would be. Let's double check what the system has to say. It's not saying anything. And it's reading these two candles. So we'll leave that be. I'm gonna leave that be. And I'm going to actually, I'm gonna go down to the 15. Let me see what I can see. Not the 10, the 15. And let's see if I can get it here. Yes, yes, sir. That's what I was looking for. So I was looking for a trend line to, and it may put it right here. I was looking for a trend line to the downside. So we got it. Okay. And it looks like price is testing the zone right now for the position to the upside. So I'm fine with this. I'm going to adjust this one in just a little bit. And I think we're good. So what I'm going to go back and do, I went down to the 15 to try to get my trend line, right? I like them on higher time frames, but I just could not get it. So what I'm going to do is, because I know that I am looking for a move to the upside, I want to take a look at the fib from the last low and kind of project where we might fall if we are indeed moving to the upside. So I'm going to click below the last low. And on this time frame, which is a daily, we have an A low at weekly support, a B high. We've had a daily support, so a C pullback, right? That puts our D extension at 8.5. What is this? 8.516. I'm going to call it 8.510 for the purpose of giving some room for a spread. So on this time frame, we have not broken the trend line to the upside. But this appears to be the zone, right? So price is currently testing a daily level of support. And it may take a day tomorrow before we kind of move out of this zone. It may not. We'll see. But this is our ultimate target. So if in fact price does decide to take off from this zone, I'm going to go from where price currently is all the way to the D extension. It's about just under 300 pips. So we're looking at 295 pips to the upside if we do in fact find support here. Now that's off the daily, right? So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to go down to the 4-hour and I am going to deploy my fib to the upside. Excuse me. And based off of what I see here, we had a previous fib, A low, B high. We had a 38.2 pullback. Price took off but hit daily resistance at 848. And then we started to push back to the downside. So what we call this price pullback as a deep retracement to the 8.6. So our D extension would align with our higher time frame D extension. So I forgot to label this. Let me label this daily D extension. And this will be our 4-hour D extension. And I want to make that the 4-hour color. We'll save it. Cool beans. So now I like this zone. This is a daily zone. This is a strong level. We will have to wait until this 4-hour candle, finishes to confirm that this would be another low, right? A swing low. But I like this level because it's a daily level of support. Price has launched from this zone previously. We've seen it. We've seen it here. We've seen it here. And it looks like we're seeing it here. I don't want to highlight. But price has revisited this level, this strong daily level of support, and has not broken through in the past. So what I'd like to see, even though in the 15 it looks like we've gotten a break, I want to see it on the higher time frames. I want to see price bullishly break out of this area, break across the trend line. I know at some point we would have some sort of retracement, and then we would continue up. Is that would be my goal, breaking through this daily level and hitting this level of resistance somewhere between daily and 4-hour. I mean, they're like 10 pips, 15 pips apart. So this is a really, really good setup. I think it gives a very low risk, high reward setup. As far as placing a potential stop, now I do want to look at what I didn't look at with y'all. I'm gonna click. So what I'm looking for in here is if we hit a D extension, we had A high, B low, pullback, D extension, A high, B low, 50% or 618 pullback, hit the D extension or hit the D extension over here, right? So the D extension was over here. We formed a low, price pulled back, and it hit the 50. So theoretically, the D extension should be at 809 or what? Yeah, 809. But we got this strong level of daily support right here, right? So price could push up out of here based off of the past D extension that was hit, right? And not necessarily break down. So the alternative is that price could push down to 80915 before we begin to see a move to the upside. But I'm not sure if we're going to get that just because of this strong level of daily support, especially if this last candle closes and we have a swing low. It would be my inclination that we're going to start seeing price move to the longs. So that's my thought on USDCHF. Let me know what you are thinking. This trade will be my focus for the week. I am highly interested in this opportunity. What is on your short list for the week, and what are you focusing on trading? If this video was helpful to you, consider giving it a thumbs up. And then I try to put out videos on a pretty consistent basis, giving technical analysis. I think I'm going to attempt to change it up just a little bit, still give you technical analysis, but also bring you guys in just a little bit closer into everyday life for me as well. So anyway, I hope you have a safe holiday and a prosperous week, and I will see you soon. Have a good one. Bye. You said